Of course, good morning to Reb Zev. He's not here with us right now, but we wish him the best. An early tshuva from Rav Ovadia Yosef, written in 1940. Was actually published in his last work of Yabia Omer, which is a posthumous volume. It was after his ptira, and they've gathered many things that he wrote actually when he was much younger. And he writes over there about a pretty common situation for many people, which is if an individual is in the middle of studying Torah in a public place, in a Beit Knesset or Beit Midrash, and a minyan is trying to assemble, and they ask him, can he please be mitzaref to their minyan, so that they have a minyan and they're able to say Devarim Shebikdusham. Is the individual who is studying Torah obligated to be mafsik limud, interrupt his Torah study so that he can make the minyan for them, or not? And he said this occurred to him. And the details are pretty important. He said that he was studying Torah b'chavrutam. He was studying with a study partner, Ein, and it appears that in his particular circumstance, the minyan was not occurring necessarily in the exact location where he and his chavruta were studying, but rather people were looking to assemble minyan. They saw, we have two bachurim over here, two avrechim. Please come. Please come and help us make a minyan. So the question was, what is his obligation in that case? And one of the main Marei Mekomot, the source that he starts with, is a well-known Gemara Masechet Brachot. And one of the great Chachamim came, and he saw that there were 9 people there, plus including himself, and he had with him one of his avadim, Eved Kna'ani. And the halacha is, the pasuk says in the Torah, L'olam behem ta'avodu. By Eved Kna'ani, there is a prohibition against freeing such a slave. And yet, this Chacham freed his Eved, upgrading him to be a Yisrael, and now we have a minyan. So it appears that helping to make a minyan is something which might even override a doraita, which is an unbelievable idea. The Gemara says, mitzvah derabim shani. Over here, because it's a public mitzvah benefiting the tzibur, therefore it has a very strong power. Rav Ovadia deals with that Gemara, and he says, based on different proofs, that wasn't exactly his circumstance. First of all, mitzvah derabim shani, the Gemara said, the reason why you make a minyan is because you're helping the tzibur. Well, when you're learning b'chavruta, that's also mitzvah derabim. If a person is studying by himself, that's not mitzvah derabim per se. But in his analysis, 2 people are studying together, it's also mitzvah derabim. So why is this mitzvah derabim any better than that mitzvah derabim? Secondly, he says, in the case of the Gemara, everybody was already there, and with the Eved they had a minyan. But apparently in his circumstance, he would have to go somewhere else. And he says, Zed lo shaman. We never found that a person is obligated, even for a minyan, to leave and stop what he's doing, to go somewhere else to help them make the minyan. And therefore, halakha l'maaseh, again, on the basis of this and a number of other proofs from achronim and rishonim, he holds that if a person is studying b'chavrutam, and they are making a minyan perhaps in some other location, no, he is not obligated to stop what he is doing, stop the limud, and help them make a minyan. If, however, it's not b'chavrutam, then we don't necessarily have Rav Ovadia's reasoning. A person might be obligated to go, certainly if it's in the same place, and certainly when you have 2 other factors, which are the factors, number 1, chesed and chilul Hashem, because it's very quick for people to come and say, well, what are you studying Torah for anyway? If you're not going to help us make a minyan, so what, it's a selfish limud Torah. So that is a factor of chilul Hashem, and also chesed. Halacha, Maran rules in Hilchot Talmud Torah, Yoreh De'ah, chesed she'i efshar al yedei acherim, in a case where there is nobody else, then a person is always obligated to be mafsik from his limud, interrupt his limud Torah, in order to do the chesed. It's a mitzvah overet, any passing mitzvah, so it pushes off the Talmud Torah. For us, in our generation, not like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai v'Chaverav, who were not mafsik for anything. But on our level, chesed, she'efshar de'acherim, so if there's nobody else there, and you're anyway by yourself, then a person would be obligated to be mafsik to limud in order to make the minyan. We still have?